Hey, what's up YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with another video. I'm shooting this off the iMac, not the iPad. I'm just giving this a go and see how this works out. And I'm going to be, having said that though, with me, I am back with another video game review. And for this review, we are going to take a look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. Now, the Mario Kart series has been sort of a staple and a very popular franchise on the Nintendo systems for quite a long time. Originally started back in 1992, released on the Super Nintendo, and then later it was released on the N64, and of course the GameCube, the Wii U though. Personally, I think the N64 and the Wii version are my personal favorite, mostly because of Bowser's Castle. I just not only like the design of it, but I like the music from that course though. If I find the OST, I'll have a link in the description. You could check that out as well. In either case though, so Mario Kart 8 has been re-released this time on the Nintendo Switch after being released back on the Wii U though. And does the game still hold up? And is it still fun? Yeah, it still is though. And while it's not exactly, while I won't call it like, I don't think it's as terrible as Double Dash was. I never really liked Double Dash in any way though. I don't think it's as good as, say, the Wii or the N64 version is, but I still think it is a fun Mario Kart game. And there are a lot of things I do like. So why don't we get started with the pros and cons? Let me get my notes up. Here we go. Alright, we'll start off with the first pro, and that is that the game runs beautifully at 60 frames per second, regardless of whether you're playing this on dock or whether you're playing this on portable / tablet mode. It runs at 720p on tablet and basically portable mode, and then 1080p when in console and dock mode. So regardless of which mode you play it though, you can play it basically. It runs perfectly at 60 frames per second, which is a plus though. Alright, the next one is that the content-wise. All the courses that were available from the DLC, including some of the characters, to even the Mercedes-Benz DLCs that were released as part of a partnership between Nintendo and Mercedes-Benz, especially if it was one of the most interesting and odd commercials though that came out from Japan. I'll have a link in the description if I can find that video though. Hopefully I still can, but either way, all the DLCs and everything is there in one game. So basically this is again, think of it like it's the Game of the Year edition for those who may have missed out. But overall, you get all the DLCs and all the characters, the DLC characters that came with it, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. The next one, of course, and this is one of the things I like that they did in Mario Kart 8. I think they did a little bit of this in Mario Kart 7, though, is the customizing your kart and bike, where basically you could pick the parts and all to find that sweet spot of what kind of car or what kind of bike you want to use in any of the races or in any of the battle modes, which I'll get to in just a minute. So, but in either case though, I mean, they're already made. You just gotta pick which part is. You can't like customly make your parts though. But still, I like some of the customization options available for whichever kart and bike you want to pick though. I prefer the karts though, but again, that's my take on that. And finally, last but not least, and I think this is something that people who probably have complained about though, but are probably going to be happy about this, and that is a proper battle mode. One of the biggest complaints about Mario Kart 8 from the Nintendo Wii U was the god-awful battle mode, in which basically they use all the racing courses as battle mode courses, and unfortunately that did not sit well with a lot of people. Some people consider it to be lazy, others consider it to be basically that some of the courses weren't really designed for battle mode in any way. So, by at least basically making this by at least doing this in battle, at least doing it this way though, we are by at least introducing us to some actual courses though, we actually now got a proper battle mode There are many different modes. I think there's Renegade, Shine, Steel, and so on, though. But my personal favorite will always be the balloon popping one, though. I've enjoyed that since the original battle mode from the original Super Mario Kart. To me, that's my all-time favorite one, though. I still have to try out the other ones, but still, for me, that balloon popping one is the best one. But overall, we're finally getting a proper battle mode, something that a lot of fans were probably disappointed with the Wii U version. Now can finally get one in the Switch version. Plus, also, you can also play the Switch version against the CPU in single-player mode, which might come in handy if you want to, test yourself out eventually when you decide to go in the online matches in battle mode. If you dare to take a step in there, though. Okay, we're gonna take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, I will get to part 2 of our review, and that is the cons. Not a whole lot of cons, but there are some stuff I do like to point out, though. So we'll take a bit of a break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of our... Oh, get that right up there. Part 2 of our review of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. And I also forgot to mention, though, for those who want to check out some gameplay footage, I'll have a link in the description of the video and you can check that out. Now that we got the pros out of the way, why don't we get started with the cons? And there are only 3 cons, as far as I'm aware of, that I have for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So why don't we start with the first one, though, and that is outside of the battle mode courses, though, there is really, to me, there's really no new courses in the game. In other words, the best way, as I said in the pros, though, I believe I said this, is that this is more of a Game of the Year edition, though. That's what it is, where all the DLCs and content are into one game, though. This is a common thing we've seen with other games, like, for example, Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, or the Batman Arkham series, where they eventually release a Game of the Year edition later down the road. So, I mean, I'm not saying that's bad for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That's great if you've never played the game before, but if you're hoping for anything new, outside of the battle mode courses and all the DLCs, that's pretty much it. So there's no really new courses in the game, other than the battle modes ones, though. The next one I do want to point out is the fact that is the holding 2 items. Now, don't get me wrong, though. Don't get me wrong. I like that idea. I like that approach, though. But I do want to point out... Let's see if I can load this a little bit. Okay. I do want to point out that as good as that is, though, one flaw, however, is the fact that you can't select which of the items that you use. So, like, let's say you get 2 items, though, and you have, like, the 3, like, red shells. You want to use that item. Unfortunately, you can't. So, like, say, like, you have a mushroomery like that. You can't select, as far as I can tell, though, at least as far as I'm aware of, you can't select the 2. So, you would have to use that mushroom up before you could select that other item. So, it's great that we get to pick 2 items, though. A little annoying that we cannot basically pick. It's a little annoying that we can't select which one we want to use. And finally, last but not least, and again, this is based on my opinion, though. I know some will disagree with me on this, but I will say outside of the Electrodrome and Hyrule Circuits, which are 2 of my favorite courses in that game, I have to say none of the courses stand out or interest me as much. I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong. I mean, I enjoy the courses in Mario Kart 8, but to me, they're not as memorable. They're not as memorable as, say, like the N64 courses were, especially, with Bowser's Castle, including the one with the Wii, though. Call me biased, but those 2 were, like, my favorite courses because I really like the music in those. So, say what you will, but none of the courses stand out for me outside of Electrodrome and Hyrule Castle. I mean, Hyrule Circuits do. So, but again, that's based on your preference and based on your tastes, though. Overall, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Edition is still a good game. Don't get me wrong. It was good on the Wii U, and it's even better on the Nintendo Switch, though. For those who've already played the game, there isn't really a whole lot of new stuff compared to, unless the battle modes. But for those who've never played the game, though, it's definitely worth a pickup, though. The Mario Kart series is still fun and enjoyable after all these years, and hopefully it will continue on, though. Whether or not Mario Kart 9 actually comes to the Switch, or they actually make an original game for the Switch, or they save that down the road, who knows. But in either case, for Nintendo fans, or for those who just got a Switch and want to play something outside of Breath of the Wild, you can't go wrong with Mario Kart 8. Now, before I end this review, I do want to talk about two things that are related to Mario Kart 8 that kind of surprised me a little bit. One surprised me, and one I thought I don't have an issue with, okay? The first one has to do with the fact that the game, from what I understand, has sold over 1 million copies, which kind of surprised me a little bit. I mean, I didn't think that a port of the Wii U game would sell very well, though. I mean, not that I don't think it won't sell well, I just didn't think it would sell as much. But obviously, it did, and it's kind of a little bit surprising. And for me, I could think of possibly 3 possible reasons, though. These may not be the only reasons, there may be more, but these are the 3 I could think of. One, the fact people who've never played a Nintendo console before, this is their first time ever playing the Nintendo system and they want to pick this up. Another reason maybe is people who were disappointed with the battle mode in Mario Kart 8. Let me just click through. In Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U, and finally are getting a proper battle mode, though. And possibly another reason is that some people have already beaten the hell out of Breath of the Wild and want something new right now. So those are 3 possible reasons. May not be the only reasons, but 3 reasons why the game may have done very well, though. Another thing I do want to point out is some people have complained about this, but I personally don't think it's a big issue, and that is one of the features that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has is the whole thing called smart steering and motion controls, and the fact that you don't have to hold down the A button to hit the acceleration button, that it does it automatically. Now, there has been some people who argue that it's basically calling it old baby mode and all that stuff. Personally, and this is my take on it, if it's in the option menu, I don't see what the big deal is, though. If you want, okay, some people may not be good at holding down the A button. Some people prefer the motion controls. Some people may not be good at the steering, though. Alright? And the thing is, it's optional. You don't have to use it. You can basically turn it off if you want to. So the fact that people are making a big deal out of it, need to sort of chill and calm down, okay? It's optional. It's not. Nintendo's not forcing you to use these kind of control schemes, unlike with Star Fox Zero, which they forced a motion control scheme and did not sit very well with a lot of people. That's my take on the situation. So I think people need to sort of calm down a little bit, okay? It's optional. You don't have to use it. You can turn it off if you want to, though. So I think some people are making too big of a deal over it, though. Alright, I will say this concludes this video of my review of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. And again, these are my opinion, but what are yours? Is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe worth a double dip, or do you think you had your fill with the Wii U version, though? Are you planning to pick it up? Are you not planning to pick it up? For those who did, have you enjoyed it? Have you not enjoyed it? Does the new battle mode make you want to pick the game up, or does it's like, nope, it's not worth picking it up, like I said? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree with my view? Do you have a different take on it? And of course, do you like me shooting this off the iMac, or do you want me to go back to shooting it off the iPad as well? As always, sound off on the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And I hope you hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. And I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, feel free to share this video if you like. And of course, feel free to donate to my channel if you want to. You could do it through PayPal me, or you could do it through Patreon. I'll have a link in the description of this video. It's evening in Southern California, so I'll be getting ready for bed. And oh, getting close to evening though, not yet though, but pretty soon it will be though, because I got work tomorrow and all. And I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that will be soon. Until then, from Southern California, wish you all a good evening then. Bye!